I did write down those principles 30 years ago, and that seems like a long time, but they survived pretty well for working with mainframes, PCs, websites, mobile. So all those generations of technology, they were the same. And one of the reasons they are the same is that they are heuristics, and heuristics means broad principles. They're not specific design guidelines. They're not saying put the search in the upper right-hand corner, not in the lower, anything like that. Those design guidelines absolutely can change. When you have a different style of design, some of those specifics can change. And maybe you don't have a search box anymore because you just talk to the computer and it figures it out. It doesn't matter if it's a voice interface or it's a screen-based interface or it's a small interface or it's a big screen. Those really very broad principles of user control and freedom, for example, that becomes a touchy point when you have agency, right? Because one of the next generations of AI is moving from AI as a chat, I talk to it and it talks back, to AI being an agent. It goes around, does things on its own on my behalf. It has to be on my behalf. So user control and freedom as a principle will still exist. The question is design guidelines. How are we going to make it such that I feel that I'm in control of the agent? The agent is not running amok and doing things that I don't really want. Detailed design guidelines for AI will definitely be different than the detailed design guidelines for command-based user interfaces. AI is the intent-based outcome specification type user interface. I tell it what I want and it goes and does it. But I still need to have control and freedom. I still need to have visibility of system status. What is it doing? If it does wrong, and we're not going to have the perfect computer any day soon. So we still have these kind of error condition heuristics that we need to figure out as well. That's also why I made a list of only 10. There's thousands of things we know about design, thousands upon thousands. Even 30 years ago, there were already several thousand things known. And today, there's probably tens of thousands of things known. So we boil that down to basic points. And I feel like they are still the same. They are still very, very important principles. Now, the interpretations are probably going to change. Get off your behind and start working on AI for all the people in the design world. We have to figure out how to do it, and we can't just let it happen on its own. We can't just let the technologists and the developers make it without no input from user-centered design and our human perspective. But the basic perspective, that I think remains the same.
Thanks for that, Jakob.